doing? I want to go home.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome aboard. Yeah, so I'm just gonna dive right into it. A lot has happened since my last video. For starters, myself, my mom, and my cat took a cross-country trip that was over 2,000 miles from Indiana to California. So this video is pretty much just going to be a travel vlog, I guess. I encountered a few bumps in the road in the beginning that almost derailed my trip. Yeah, flashback to all of that. Alright guys, so story time. Excuse the red face, I have not had the best day. So today I went and got my car serviced for the upcoming trip. Ooh, she rough. And while I was at the dealership, you know, I got everything done. They did a full checkup, changed the oil, everything was great. They said my car was in perfect condition and it was ready for the road. And it was all for free, so that was great, and I was in the best of spirits. And then I drove about 10 miles down the road and I parked my car. So I came out about 20 minutes later and I find my parked car looking like this. Yeah, that is a big ass crack that suddenly appeared. So I'm trying to not have a panic attack while I'm looking at this, because how the heck did that happen? I don't know. So I call my insurance people immediately and I find out what I can do, and they tell me I have this outrageous deductible and that if I file a claim it will go against me and make my insurance go up even more than it already has, since I got my, you know, beautiful brand new car that's only 9 months old. So I was like, oh great. So I call the dealership and I'm like, hey, did you guys notice anything about my car, like a crack being in it before I left? And he's like, no, I didn't notice anything and nobody told us anything. Can you bring it back and I'll have my manager look at it? And I was like, yeah, like I'm freaking out. And so I drive there and I pull up and I go in, and the very nice man tells me that the guy who had serviced my car indeed had noticed a small crack. He noticed it and he didn't tell me. And they apologized that they didn't tell me, but that it was indeed there before I got there. However, it was repairable then. And as you can see now, it is not. I have to get it fully replaced, and it's going to cost me a lot of money. So I am now trying to figure out what the hell I do. Now I have this on my mind. So, you know, an expense I wasn't expecting, and it's, you know, probably going to cost me about a month's rent. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now, and I'm supposed to get it repaired hopefully tomorrow. I don't know how much it's gonna cost, but you know, we'll see. So yeah, I went inside to visit with some people for about 15 minutes. I came out and there's just this big crack in my windshield. So yeah, I ended up going to my brother's and spending the whole time on the phone talking to my insurance, the dealership, my parents, just trying to figure out what I could possibly do. But long story short, the Nick had been there and they failed to inform me about it, and so when I drove off I apparently hit a bump and it cracked. So yeah, as you can imagine, it was an emotional time. I didn't know what I was going to do. They were estimating my window to be about $600, and I was completely freaking out because that's, you know, that's a lot of money, especially when you're planning to move cross country. I didn't have a job lined up yet, had a couple of interviews planned, but like if I couldn't get my windshield fixed, then there was no way for me to get here to do that. I got really lucky, and this nice guy at the dealership really felt bad about what had happened, and his hands were tied, and I know he wanted to help me, but he didn't know how to help me. Was sitting in my car trying not to have a panic attack when he came over to my window, and I rolled it down, and he told me that his boss had told him to tell me that I should go through their guy, and he would tell their guy that if I use this guy, the price he charges them, which was significantly like less than what it was saying it was worth. So I had to get in contact with this guy, and he was so great and easy to work with. We texted, and then he ended up calling me the next day, and I brought it to him, and he got my windshield in, and I was in and out in about 2 hours. It was amazing. Update. It's fixed. Oh my god. Problem solved. So yeah, after that, everything kind of happened quickly because I didn't know what I was going to do up until that point. I didn't know if I was staying, if I was leaving, should I pack? Do I not pack? Do I start planning a trip back to get my stuff because I can't stay? I didn't know what was happening until that point. So I basically went home and started packing my life away as quickly as I could, and I spent my last night in Indiana, and I got a little bit more emotional than I had planned. Hey guys, so it's the night before I leave, and I'm feeling lots of things, and I promised myself that if I was gonna do this channel that I would make it very raw and very real, and this is a part of it. I'm just kind of taking in everything. I had to say goodbye to a lot of people today that I don't know when I'll see them again. I had to say goodbye to some friends. I had to say goodbye to some family. Just to people that mean a lot to me, and now I'm sitting in my room. This is my last time in this room for a really long time. I'm leaving one of my babies behind, so it's my last night with my little Mally cat, which really hurts. Don't know when I'll see my brother again. After tomorrow morning, I don't know when I'll see my dad again. It's just, there's a lot of things that are going on inside, and this is one of the things I feel like most people don't talk about is goodbyes are hard, you know? It's not easy to just pack up and move 2,000 miles across the country. It's, even if it's really what you want, you know, it's okay to feel sad. It's a chapter closing in your life. It's okay, you know? This place, the people that I've been around have shaped me to be the person that I am today, and I am so grateful for that, and I'm gonna miss them. But I will, if any of my friends, any of my family are watching this, I will miss you. As you will see throughout this vlog, that happens quite frequently. But yeah, I got to spend some time with my other cat who couldn't come along on this trip because she doesn't travel well. Plus I stay in this room, and having them both in this room just wasn't logical, and she's very happy at my mom's house. They have temporary custody. So it's the next morning, and I'm packing up my car, and I get it all packed up, and I say my goodbyes, trying to be brave, and I'm brave until I have to say goodbye to his sister. Morning of, and she's all packed up and ready to go. Goodbye, house. yeah, it was emotional, but my mom snapped me out of it, and we were on the road, weren't we? Say we were on the road. So we're about 7 hours in. How are we feeling, Mom?
Not too bad.
No, we're doing okay. I'm a little sleepy. Disgusting this whole way.
Yes.
So we're hoping to get out of that soon. He is down there sleeping. He's been sleeping. Just being a good boy. About to enter Kansas. So I've never been to Kansas before, but we're about to drive the whole width of the state. So
We'll see it, that's for sure.
yeah, we're gonna see it from I-70. Yay. So, on our first day, we drove about 10 hours. We went through Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, and Kansas. We made it into central Kansas before we stopped for the night. Lovely views on those first days. Oh, Kansas. Rainy and muggy and gross, and it just felt like it dragged on forever, and we had only made it halfway through at that point. We were hoping that the next morning, that when we woke up, that the skies would have cleared and we would have, you know, a pretty day ahead. We were wrong. Heyo. Day 2 of traveling, and we're just ready to get out of Kansas.
Yes.
We don't like you, Kansas. You are gloomy. Yeah. Here we go. We crossed the state line into Colorado, and the moment we did, the clouds broke open and there was sunlight. Here's a clip from that. Leaving Kansas. Oh my God. We're not in Kansas anymore. Woo!
Bye, Kansas.
Ah! We're not in Kansas anymore, baby. He's like, what? And look at that, the light. We get sunshine as soon as we get into Colorado. Woo! So yeah, we made it to Colorado, and let me tell you, views on views on views. and saw all the mountains. We were gagging the entire time. I took so many videos of us just driving through those mountains. It was spectacular. Hey guys, we're currently 7 hours in on day 2. We are somewhere in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. It's absolutely beautiful. We stopped in this little town for bathroom break and refuel and just kind of sitting there and taking it all in. Baby Fee's being a good boy, just sleeping, chilling. And we've been up and down some mountains. It's been an adventure. We're hoping to make it into Utah today. Actually quite some ways into Utah. Yeah, just wanted to give you a quick little update. Don't know where Mom is. It was amazing. It was up and down and around, and like the views were amazing, but the drive also stressed us both out. This was also our longest day of travel. We went through half of Kansas. We went through all of Colorado, and we made it about 4 hours into Utah. And let me tell you, Utah is also very beautiful, as you will see in these montages. But yeah, we made it to our hotel finally, and we're absolutely exhausted. We both just kind of crashed while he explored the room for the night. Then the next day, we drove the rest of the way. We went through the rest of Utah, and we were in Arizona for a moment, and then we were in Nevada. We went through Vegas. Right, we are day 3 of our trip, somewhere in Utah, the western side of Utah. How are we feeling?
Not too bad.
No? I personally am ready to be out of this car.
Same.
But we should be landing at my home in about 8 hours, so yeah. At least we still have some good views, I guess. Kind of over it, but you know. Yay, next stop, Vegas. We reach the other side of Vegas. We get stuck in traffic he's climbing up the wall. But yeah, it was only supposed to be an 8-hour travel day, but because we didn't factor in the traffic from Vegas to Los Angeles on a Sunday, it ended up being another 10-hour day. But we were very glad to finally see civilization and be in Los Angeles. But yeah, we got here and we unpacked and we pretty much slept for the next 24 hours. And then I had 2 interviews the next day and they both went great. I got 2 job offers, and then I also got an offer for a different job, for a better job. And so I interviewed for that the following day and I got that. And yeah, then me and my mom went to the beach. Beach day. So how do you feel about the beaches in California, Mom?
Pretty.
And how do they compare to the beaches in Florida?
There's no comparison.
There's no comparison.
No.
You heard it here. She is a beach connoisseur and she says there is no comparison.
Nope.
But with these views, I think I agree.
Oh, what you got on
And we just had a good time. She had her first in and out. I mean, yeah, and then the day after that, we kind of just relaxed, and then on Friday she left. So 1 week ago today, we set out on our adventure, and today my mom leaves me. She's hopping on her very first plane to fly back home, so it's been a very quick week, and I'm sad. And it did not go over well for me. I was not prepared for that feeling, that emptiness. I was absolutely petrified at the moment that I saw that her flight had left. I had never felt so alone in my entire life. Hey guys, so I just got home from dropping my mom off at the airport, and again I am a mess. I'm sad. I'm gonna miss her a lot, and now it's truly hitting me that I am here and I am alone here. So yeah, I'm just sad. I have to take it all in and let it have to let it in, you know? Let it in, let it out, and just pick up and move on. I know I'll be okay, but I miss her. It sucks. It really sucks that now I'm so far away from everyone that I care about. Everyone that I know, so yeah. I hope it's worth it. Yeah, that's something people kind of don't warn you about, is what happens when you're all alone. But yeah, I had a moment of self-doubt that I had made a mistake and all I wanted to do was pack up my car and drive back. And I think one of the only things that stopped me was I couldn't put my cat through that drive again. I'm glad that I brought him with me, or I might not be here right now. I might be back in Indiana. But yeah, I was obviously very sad for 24 hours, and I'm sure I'm still gonna have sadness hit me every so often, but I'll work through it, and this is where I am and this is where I wanted to be, so I'm gonna give it a chance. Thankfully I had booked a gig the next day, so that really helped snap me out of it when I was around like-minded people again, and I had an absolute blast. And I can't wait to go back to that gig again. Yeah, and then I signed up for my first acting class, so I'm really excited about that. I'm gonna be, you know, hopefully I'll make some connections. I'm hoping that I really like it and that, you know, I'll find my home there and my people. And I started work today and that went well, and I'm really loving the people that I'm surrounded by. It's a bunch of positive energy, and I just hope that continues, and as long as I stay busy, I think I'm gonna be okay. But yeah, I'd also like to give a shout out to all my wonderful friends who did reach out to me to make sure I was okay. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. I was going through a very difficult time. I know that you guys have my back, and you're there for me really means a lot. So thank you for checking in on me. I love you so much. You know who you are. If you have watched until the end, thank you very much. I know that this one was a little long, but yeah, stay tuned. I don't know what I'll be vlogging next. Maybe I'll talk about this acting class. Maybe I'll keep you updated on the different gigs I'm doing. I don't know. Tell me below in the comments what you want to hear from me, if you have any questions or anything, go ahead and ask me. And while you're at it, go ahead and follow me at all my social medias, which I will post down here. And yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.